So if you guys love Brazil, based off the experiences that I've had and the stuff that I've heard those women say, you got about 5 or 10 more years before that shit is gonna be just like the United States. I mean, let's look at some things that's similar to the United States, right? In Brazil, talking bad about gay people can get you put in prison. So just like you can get canceled for talking about them in the States, yeah, you can get put in prison over there. We all know they have feminism in Brazil. Does that mean you can't date Brazilian women? No. But for example, I had this one Brazilian chick I was dating, and I told her, like, yeah, you're my baby. It's a flirty way. I didn't think nothing of it when I said it. Her response was, no, I'm not yours. I don't like to be objectified. I'm nobody's property. Are you serious? You just killed the whole romance. Women, that's not the first chick that says something like that in Brazil. Now, if you go to other countries like somewhere maybe like Paraguay or Peru or Kenya or Colombia, no chick is going to have an issue with you saying that you're their baby. I mean, what if I can marry her? I can't call her my wife. Get the fuck out of here. But that sounds like that's a dumb logic, right? That sounds like feminism. That sounds like the same that the women say in the States sometimes, right? Well, most times, right? So there you have it. Ask a Brazilian chick, does she want to be a stay-at-home wife for you? I bet you 60% of the time she's going to say no, she doesn't want to be dependent on a man.
Wow. So Austin Holman is very well versed in Brazil. He's saying that brother's got 5 to 10 years until Brazil becomes completely westernized. He's mentioned that he called a woman his baby. She wasn't for that, and other bits and bobs. Theo, you're also a Brazil dude as well. What's your thoughts here on Austin's comments here? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let's break it down, brother.
I will just say my trainer is Brazilian, and she is a stay-at-home mother right now. She just gave birth. She's very happy to be at home and dependent on her husband. She isn't cheating at all, and she's married to an American. What I say is I think that I think as a passport bro, you should be speaking the language fluently of the country where you reside, and you need to be there for at least 2 years. And from that point of view, you need to actually understand dating. Plus, you need to date in the language of the woman there. So in Brazil, all your dates need to be in Brazilian Portuguese. And if he has this kind of, you guys, if you have this experience, then you'll know the natives very well. That's my recommendation.
Interesting, but Theo, right? Don't you think Austin may have a point here? Brazil is close to America. Brazil's in that American sphere of influence. I think we can't deny that. You know, Western culture is slowly importing its way over to Brazil. America's propaganda, Hollywood, the brainwashing, the TikTok, what they see American women say and do, right, could be impacting Brazilian women slowly, right? And maybe 5 to 10 years time, Brazil could be America 2.0. I mean, he's been there in Brazil. He's lived there, experienced the culture. He's made some observations there. He said here, we got 5, 10 more years until Brazil becomes like the West and America.
Hold on. I'm going to say it again. Chat, he is not fluent in Portuguese. When I say fluent in Portuguese, that means you talk, speak, shag, dream, everything 100% in Portuguese. There is no English at all. He is obviously not doing that. He's very much within his English. And he's not staying there for 2 years. When I'm saying this 2 years, I am talking you go there for 2 years. Going there for a few months is 0. I did 16 years in Japan. I knew very well the difference between a tourist and someone who was there long-term speaking the language. We had 2 entirely different views of Japan. So you got to have someone who actually speaks it fluently. No, Cho Mary, he does not speak it 100% fluently. I'm talking fluent. Okay, go get the Brazilian Constitution and have them read it, and then give commentary in Portuguese about what it means to the Brazilian system, because I can do that for the Japanese Constitution. So I say I'm fluent in Japanese. I'm not playing around. That's the kind of standard I'm talking about. Very high level, not just business. 100% everything, full college educated level. He's not there. He speaks a little bit of Portuguese, that's all. So I'm saying go there 2 years and then start talking about the people. He's not doing
So you don't believe in 5 or 10 years time Brazil will be like America? You don't believe that?
I'm not seeing that trend among Brazilian people, no. But I'm seeing that trend is among people who speak in English regarding Brazil, not people who are Brazilian speaking Portuguese regarding Brazil.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. I've not been Brazil myself, so I can't really speak on this particular topic. But I'll take Phil's word for it. So Phil, Brazil is still green light. Brothers should definitely head out there and live a life there, find their wives or a girlfriend, and immerse up in the culture, right?
Hold on. Yes, I think you should do that. But another thing I want you guys to understand: if you don't speak the language, it's not just you're going to be a bubble. You're never going to be able to understand the people. You really do need to speak their language. It is fundamentally important. But not just speak it, read and write it. You need to know all their verb cases. Do you understand all their verb cases? Can you actually say their verbs in every single case? I doubt you can. So if you can't do that, you're not fluent. You need to be able to read and write that crap. He's not doing that right now. And so that's what you guys all need to do. That's really need to pick it up and go for that level. Then you get to see how the Brazilians think about themselves without any foreign influence, without your thinking, without your thoughts being interjected into their ideas. So you get to see their identity purely. When you go for that, oh yeah, you're going to definitely see it.
Okay. Thank you, Phil. Much appreciated. The golden question is the Japanese Brazilian woman. Brother, are those women in Sao Paulo, particularly the Japanese Brazilian women, are they checking heavy for brothers? You know, we need that intel, bro.
Yeah, I had no problems with them. In fact, I would get them staring at me every once in a while, particularly if they were around me and I didn't know that they were Japanese Brazilian. So sometimes I would just think that they were Brazilian. Like I thought they were Morena. And I would kind of, I'd be doing my own thing. I'm going through my sets in the gym or something like that. And then I start looking at her because Japanese women, if they like you, they'll just stare right at you. Like that's it. Like they give you, you don't have to, they're choosing signals and a signal. It's more like a book. It's like a Godzilla coming right at you, but you know it. So more than once, again, this one encounter, this woman kept on was looking at me, and then she just came over and talked with me, and she was just very direct. And I was like, wait a minute. And then I just switched into Japanese. And I said, are you Japanese? And Nihonjin desu ka? And she's like, oh my God, you speak fluent Japanese. And I just went into Japanese, and she could speak some of it, but my Japanese was superior to hers. She says, yes, I'm half Japanese, half Brazilian. And that was a very typical situation. That happened to me quite a few times in different situations here. They are some of the sweetest, most delightful women I've ever met. They are just absolutely wonderful. And if they like you, they'll just walk right up to you.